to, we will arrest you and we will take you to jail. Period.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool.
Yay.
And fuck you, I'm out.
Chicago, one of America's greatest cities. If you've ever been to Chicago, you know that it is a majestic city. It's beautifully situated right on the water. There are some truly remarkable and awe-inspiring building structures, architecture, some precious gems of American excellence, and a industrial and empire age of America gone by. Larger-than-life figures in American history have strode Chicago's streets. Al Capone, Michael Jordan, to name a few. It's just a city dripping in American lore, and it is a city that is now dripping with blood because of Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot is the vicious, absolute gremlin-like little creature who is in charge of Chicago and is running it into the ground, and by doing so, also running herself into the ground. Lori Lightfoot is not only destroying one of America's greatest cities, she's also destroying herself in the process. Lori Elaine Lightfoot is an American attorney and politician who was elected in 2019 to be the 56th mayor of Chicago. She's a Democrat, and before becoming mayor, she was a lawyer. Lori Lightfoot is 59 years old, which is much longer than the life expectancy of anyone in Chicago, a city that is so rife with gun violence that it is regularly called Chirac. Check out this shocking story from just a few days ago.
We have seen where not only are law-abiding citizens becoming victims to violence, with almost 200 people shot and killed in the city this year so far, but we've also had an officer shot not just yesterday, but today as well, while criminals run around knowing that they have the mayor at their side, that Lori Lightfoot is willing to stand up and enable them to be as lawless as they want, going back for the last 2 years when she first allowed the righteous protesters to come down and destroy the city of Chicago. And in every step since, she has tried to deflect and divert attention from her failed policies that have led to Chicago, the most American of American cities, a global city, to be run into the ground under her leadership.
Lori Lightfoot is melting down. This is obvious. You can see her shake, you can see her tremor, you can see her physical and mental break. Lori Lightfoot is an awful person and the worst mayor in America. Check out these series of exchanges where Lori Lightfoot is physically having a mental breakdown, and watch for the shaking.
Let me start with this. Are kids going to be in school this week in Chicago?
Well, I'm doing everything I can to make sure that happens. And to be clear, what the Chicago Teachers Union did was an illegal walkout. They abandoned their posts and they abandoned kids and their families.
Every time you have a press conference, you say crime is down. The economy is booming.
Well, that's not true, but get your question, sir.
Mayor Lightfoot, what I think...
Introduce yourself, sir?
Yes.
I don't think I'm familiar with you.
William Kelly, I'm with Newsmax.
Well, I disagree with you fundamentally, and I don't think I need to address any and dignify your comments 1 second further. Next question.
Off to the side, Alderperson Taylor confronted Mayor Lightfoot about it. After a minute or so, the mayor storms off.
You saw how she talked to me? I am not a child. I am a grown woman. I do not work for Mayor Lori Lightfoot. We are co-workers.
Don't bait us, okay?
No, I was asked to ask this.
Do not bait us. Do not bait us. This is a serious situation. People are concerned about their safety. Officers are concerned about their safety. So don't bait us. What we're saying is, as a result of what happened last night, there have to be consequences. Standing up and yelling without seeking recognition is not something that's appropriate. We're going to Alderman Harris.
That is just a small subsection of Lori Lightfoot snapping on the press for asking pretty obvious questions like, hey, why have you caused our city to become a living hell? What are you doing about crime? Everyone wants to flee this place. You suck. Lori Lightfoot should be able to answer those questions, but she doesn't want to answer questions, especially if you're a reporter of the wrong skin color. Lori Lightfoot, in her office's great, deep, and esteemed wisdom, committed a civil rights violation by saying she'll only be calling on black and brown journalists. Check it out.
Your office says that you invited black and brown journalists to this round of interview. Why? I'm happy to vouch for Craig Wall, for Heather Sharon, and others.
Well, look, I think in this one day, when we are looking at the 2-year anniversary of my inauguration, as a woman of color, as a lesbian, it's important to me that diversity is put front and center.
The outrage exploded on Twitter. One Latino newspaper reporter wrote he agreed to the sit down but backed out to make a point.
If I, as the black woman mayor, the first ever, don't challenge us, the collective us, to do better, to really make sure that in every institution it reflects the diversity and nuance and texture of our city, then shame on me.
Lori Lightfoot is a lesbian, but that doesn't stop her from talking about having a dick. Lori Lightfoot, in a series of released emails, said that she has the biggest dick in Chicago. I guess we'll just let that one swing. And whether or not you think that Chicago itself is the worst place in America to live, Lori Lightfoot definitely wants to try and guarantee that your children cannot be happy in Chicago and that they will be arrested if they go outside and play. Here's Lori Lightfoot during the COVID pandemic.
Now, I've directed Superintendent Brown to order all police districts to give special attention to these parties. And this is how it's going to be. We will shut you down, we will cite you, and if we need to, we will arrest you and we will take you to jail, period. There should be nothing unambiguous about that. Don't make us treat you like a criminal. But if you act like a criminal and you violate the law and you refuse to do what is necessary to save lives in the city in the middle of a pandemic, we will take you to jail, period.
And who, of course, can forget Lori Lightfoot having a mental breakdown on her staff? What a horrible, wretched, goblin-like Beetlejuice person. Check this out.
So this is the kind of thing that Lori Lightfoot spends her time doing, that and berating her staff. Thanks to an open records request from the Chicago Tribune, we've got some of Lori Lightfoot's emails, and it turns out she is every bit the person you imagined she was. In January, for example, Lori Lightfoot told her staff, quote, "I need office time every day!" exclamation point. She wrote that very same line 16 times in a row. I need office time every day. I need office time every day. I need office time every day. And so on 13 more times. Demented. And then for clarity, quote, not just once a week or some days, every day, exclamation point. And then Lightfoot wrote that exact same line 10 more times in a row. So she needs help, but is not as much help as her staff needs. Someone ought to stage a hostage extraction for their sake. Lightfoot ended her email with this: if this doesn't change immediately, I will just start unilaterally canceling things every day. Have I made myself clear? Finally, question mark, exclamation point.
All of this, the crime, the murder, the snapping on reporters, the inability to accept even the slightest criticism for destroying people's lives, has led to Lori Lightfoot being deeply unpopular and getting booed, actually, inside of her own city. Take it away. And just in case you were wondering if Lori Lightfoot herself is popular with even the people who are supposed to serve City Hall, well, she's suing the Chicago Police Department because they refuse to take COVID vaccines. So she's trying to fire thousands of Chicago police officers in the midst of her crime wave. Check this.
Let's be clear, it's not an action against the FOP. I deeply believe that the only way that we can maximize safety in our workplace is by getting our employees vaccinated.
The city's saying 79% of employees have reported their vaccination status, but of the more than 12,000 police employees, only 8,227 reported their vaccination status, which is just 64%, the lowest of any department.
In the end, Chicago is no longer the great American city that it once was. In my childhood, when we would go there and vacation, and we'd spend Christmas in Chicago, we really loved Chicago. I spent a ton of time in Chicago. I love that city a lot. And it's been wrecked by these cretins, these people who don't care about you. They certainly don't care if you live or die. They care about their own wretched, goblin-like claws clinging to power. And those claws are tremoring, just like Lori Lightfoot right now. So enjoy your vaccines and Kwanzaa, everyone. Lori Lightfoot says a big, giant F you to Chicago.
Joyous Kwanzaa, Chicago. Amy and I wish to extend a very beautiful and prosperous Kwanzaa to all of you celebrating this season. As you prepare for your Kwanzaa celebrations, I urge you to keep these values in mind, but also maintain COVID-19 safe celebrations.
Thank you so much for watching. Our channel is here for the truth and also to make you smile a little bit in this extreme era of disinformation and misinformation and people trying to control your brain and what happens inside of it. It's so important that we support independent creators like our channel, and we thank you for watching. If you want to check out some more of our videos, we highly encourage that. Please punch the like and subscribe buttons on your screen to support our channel. It's free. And ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are following along with independent creators who want to keep this place free. God bless you.